My name is Lizzie, and I'm going to tell you the story of how my grandfather got married to a doll. My grandfather and grandma loved each other very much, even at an old age. And it's kind of funny how they got along with each other, enjoying simple things like watching TV, eating together. They didn't fight, they were really happy. Whenever I came to visit them, I felt that they were really calm and really happy in their life. And it was actually sometimes contagious. And I know it's not out of the ordinary, but I know too well that my mom and dad sometimes they'll have an argument, and when there's no argument, there might be tension or like an effort to avoid it. But these two old geezers were just wonderful. One day, my grandparents went on a coach tour together. However, the coach got into an accident and my grandma died. Luckily, my grandpa was still alive. I felt really bad, especially for my grandpa, because he was in deep pain after the death of my grandmother. He wanted her to come back to him. It was hard for him to lose his best companion. I saw how the cheerfulness I cherish a lot about him disappeared into sadness and then complaints about being sick and everything. One good day, my grandfather was passing by and he saw an advertisement for a robot doll. And he realized that the doll had some similar appearance to my grandma. He placed an order for that doll. My family members knew about it, but still respected his decision. However, they didn't know that my grandfather bought a doll just to talk to it. It looked kind of like my grandma. He didn't intend to have sex with that robot doll, I think, but there were still rumors that he was going to have sex with it anyway. One day I visited my grandpa and I saw the doll. I asked him about the doll and my dad told me why he bought it. Well, we talked to each other and I understood it more. My grandfather even had a small wedding with the doll that looked like my grandma. Well, I was there and it was kind of fun and funny. The people present included my parents and my dad's siblings, aunts and uncles, and my cousins. After that, my grandpa bought another doll that resembled two of his old friends that had died. They were in pictures together, and we were all kind of bewildered and worried because we were scared it might lead to some sort of mental problems. I don't know. Imaginary friends, schizophrenia, Alzheimer's. But we know that he was fighting to move along, so we just kept it cool. One day I visited his house, and when I knocked the first time, no one answered. So I decided to just walk in. From the hallway, I heard my grandpa's voice saying, "You guys just wait and I'll surprise you all with a delicious cake, grilled lamb, and some salad like the good old days. I bet we'll have fun enjoying it with a toast of wine." I interrupted him then. "Grandpa, are you okay?" I asked him. He said, "Yeah, sure, I was just going to have a small dinner with my friends." I was glad he was feeling better and that he was happy to see me. We talked as he cooked the meal, and I discovered he was trying very much to put up the energy to do things that he likes to do. I admired his courage. "Do you miss my grandma?" I asked him. He asked me to lower my voice so that she won't hear it from the living room, and we both laughed. After his cooking, we went to the living room and then the dining room to eat, of course, and he invited his friends to the table and sat them down, but unfortunately only two of us enjoyed the meal. I went on to ask my grandfather, "Do you feel bad being the only one talking and your two friends just being mute?" He said. "Not at all. Just that sometimes they make me talk too much, and I say something I didn't know I could do, and somehow I learned patience having to deal with their silence." "Well, great," I said. "If you're going to be okay with them, then it's okay." After some days, my grandpa began to make some real friends in the neighborhood and from places that he went. They even came to visit him and show him his doll, friend, and wife. They find it funny. I kind of find it funny too. After some times, my grandpa had more and more real friends, and soon he'd have no time for his imaginary robot friends. He could leave them at a spot for a whole day and even a week and go about his jolly good moods and play sports and chat with his real friends. And I asked him to, send him back to the store and, get his money back. And he'd think about it, but he still enjoys telling his real friends to meet his wife and his two friends in the form of dolls. My grandpa lost his beloved wife. He was in deep pain, but he struggled to move on. I think that's what my grandpa wants to see. What I learned from him is his struggle to have a happy life.